welcome back to part 2 of What If Goku Had Boosted Gear? Now, what it did get brought to my attention that some things that I didn't cover in the boosted gear description, and admittedly, I didn't necessarily find it immediately, such as A, the dragon that is in the boosted gear can communicate with its user. B, that the boosted gear will just disappear on its own, can just be reactivated. That Goku could, or the user can, make a deal with the dragon to trade parts of his body for the dragon to get more powerful, and the fact that the boosted gear has final form that basically gives you like armor. So I remembered the armor thing. I just haven't gotten to that yet. I do recall the dragon communicate, but I'll be honest, I think Goku mostly will. I don't think I'll be. Well, I'm thinking the boosted gear in this is not going to be 1v1 the boosted gear in the original series. It's going to have all the standard abilities, sure, and the dragon was a thing, but I don't know if having him communicate with the dragon is really going to matter much, specifically because of martial arts training, keeping his mind focused, and just getting rid of external stimuli, all that. I just don't think that's going to matter here. As for the disappearing thing, I'll be honest. I completely forgot about that, or did not see that when I looked things up. Oh no, things are falling, including my notes for this video. So admittedly, yeah, I think I might have forgotten to talk about it. So I will. That's just a retcon. We can just retcon that, no problem. And that's for the final dragon form. Well, yes, that's something that I am, or the dragon form, the armor form. That's something I'm aware of. We just didn't get to that at this point because there was no reason to get to it. Maybe I didn't mention it, but yeah, there was just no reason to bring it up. Anywho, so we left off with Goku basically thrashing Vegeta and Nappa. And basically asking, he's like, what exactly do you want? And they're just like, how can he be this strong? It's impossible. And Rad's is just like, I told you, there's something different about him. With his help, maybe we could finally beat him. We could finally destroy Frieza. You're a fool, Raditz. You know that. We've been training our whole lives, doing what he said, waiting for the opportune moment. We're never going to be able to have killed Frieza. Don't you understand? Never. But if he is as powerful as we think he is, Vegeta, then maybe there's hope. And Vegeta's just like, asking for help. Would never ask for the help of a low-life Saiyan like him. But maybe there's some other way. And then he just finally Vegeta's still feigning, not wanting this to happen. And he just says, fine. What do you suggest? And Raditz goes to Goku and is like, what do you mean by this? You're the ones who keep coming here. And he's like, Kakarot, we want your help. Please, help us defeat Frieza once and for all. He's a monster. He truly is truly evil incarnate. He just conquers and takes without any hesitation. He is truly the embodiment. He is truly unredeemable. For the sake of our Saiyan race, for everything he's done, please help us take him down. And Goku just looks at him like, is he really that strong? His strength is incomprehensible. You might be able to fight. You might not be strong enough to beat him. Might? I don't know. None of us know his true potential. Then Goku, hearing this, hears this and goes, well, they do seem desperate. And besides, if this guy's really as strong as he, I might really get a good fight for a change. And so he agrees. He's like, fine, I'll help fight for you. Good, excellent. Then we'll go. We'll go and lure him here. You just do what you do, Kakarot, and we'll bring him back. Raditz, come on. Actually, I think I'll stay here. It's like, you'll what? If it's all right with you, I think I'll just stay and get to know my brother a bit more. And he's like, fine, do whatever you want. Oh God, it hurts. And so they fly off. They'll get Zenkais. I'm going to put Nappa at around 10,000. Vegeta will get his 24,000. Raditz at the moment is only like at around 2,000, something like that. But Goku's like, cool, bro. All right, fine. Let me show you around. And so Goku introduces him. He introduces him to Bulma. He introduces him to his wife Chi-Chi, who's skeptical at first, but ultimately knows Goku can put him in his place. And she meets Gohan. He's like, this little runt is one of ours. And Raditz admittedly doesn't have a scouter anymore right now, but he's still able to kind of pick up. It's like, it's not that strong, but he also is not. He's not stupid enough to think there might be some potential in this boy. Chi-Chi wants Gohan to focus on his studies. But anyway, come on, I'll show you around. It's like, so wait. And he explains he's a farmer, but he still gets his training, especially when he's using the boost gear. And he's like, yes, Kakarot, about that. How does that work? Father never did explain. I remember Father talking about it, but he never did explain it. And I figured it out like this. And he explains how he thinks the boost gear works. And he even shows it off. Like, he powers up to his full power. Raditz is actually able to sense it now, he realizes. Like, I can sense his energy. And then Goku activates the boost gear, just boom, and all of a sudden, he just feels it double. And it doubles. And it doubles. And eventually, Goku hits his peak. And all of a sudden, it basically triggers the armor to come out. Basically, triggers like the draconic form to come out. It's like, this is the form I take whenever I reach my absolute maximum and train to my absolute fullest. Then he just throwing off and just pushing himself to his limit, trying to push past his limit. And so this happens for about 2 weeks. This is the amount of time I assume would take Vegeta to get back to Frieza, as well as Frieza to come to Earth. Now, you might be noting, why don't you usually have Frieza looking for the Dragon Balls in this version? Usually. That doesn't mean it's always. I do think Frieza could hear about the Dragon Balls just through the Scuttlebutt, but that doesn't mean that's always the case. And I think one of the things is Vegeta demands to see Lord Frieza. Well, Vegeta, Nappa, how good to see you. Exactly, what is it that you wanted again? I'm a very busy, Lord, you understand. Where's Raditz, by the way? The other one, Raditz. Raditz, where is he? It's like, he's waiting on Earth, Lord Frieza. Earth. Is that one of ours? No, Lord Frieza. I believe it's not one we've acquired yet. But I think most likely it was one of Saiyan child, one of our lesser endeavors. Oh, what about this Earth then, Vegeta? And why would Raditz be waiting there? Because he believes his brother, another surviving Saiyan, which Frieza hears this, and he's like, oh, another one, lovely. He believes he's strong enough to defeat you. We know better. Nothing can defeat you. But he still wants to try to overthrow you. Is that a fact? A Saiyan? Not only does another Saiyan live, but he thinks he can beat me. Sabon Dotoya! Plot a course for this Earth. And so, 2 weeks pass, and because Goku continually puts the boost gear on, pushes himself to his limit and all that, has still gotten a Zenkai. He's around 500,000 right now. His actual limited, full potential limit power at the moment. By the way, you'll notice I am really lowballing Goku in this because it's really hard to, with Saiyan biology, it's really hard to kind of pinpoint where their full-on limits would be at this time. You know, with training and all that, that could change, but right now, Goku's limit is right around Frieza's perfect form. There's a reason I did that. So anyway, they sense the ship coming, and out comes Frieza, Zarbon, Dodoria. Vegeta and Nappa are bringing in the rear. Vegeta's just looking on, and Raditz finds like, Raditz, how have you been? And is this your brother? This is, yes, and we're finally here to defeat you. We're finally here to take you down. I see. Ooh, aren't we the big boy now? And all of a sudden, they get a quick read on Raditz. I was like, you've definitely grown a little bit since being on this planet. And it's true. Raditz probably would have tried training with his brother for during the 2 weeks. Not gotten very far, but probably would have gotten another Zenkai by getting the actual crap kicked out of him. So he might be sitting at around a 3,000 to 4,000, which would be impressive compared to what they knew him at, but nothing nothing to be serious about. He could definitely take on Frieza scouts, but nothing really impressive indeed. You, on the other hand, and Goku's keeping his power suppressed right now, probably around the 5 grand, and you're, oh, that's adorable. Of course, then again, if you're stronger than Vegeta, this reading isn't correct, aren't you? You're hiding your power, aren't you, monkey? Oh, it looks like they're evolving. Indeed, Lord Frieza. Yes, Lord Frieza. That's the one who thinks he can beat you. Wait, aren't you the one? Wait, I thought you and then Vegeta's like, you really think I'd really turn on against Lord Frieza? You're a fool, Kakarot. Red's like, Vegeta. So yeah, I see. They tried to recruit you, but Vegeta was the smarter of the two, which is not saying smarter of you, which is not saying a whole lot coming from Nappa. But anyway, I digress. So, why don't we get down to business, monkey? Why don't you stop hiding that true power of yours, and we'll see what you're really packing. And it was like, fine by me. And Goku can actually sense Frieza's power, and he's actually shaking him. It's like, not because he's necessarily scared, though he can sense that Frieza does outclass him a little bit, but he has the boost scared. It's more like, I haven't actually been able to fight anyone like this strong in forever. It was actually at least a little bit stronger than me. And Goku's actually trembling because he's excited. It's like, of course, and Goku actually calls out, of course, I'm not the only one who's hiding something, am I? It's like, no, this isn't your full power either. Oh, you're more clever than you look. Indeed, this is my most suppressed power and form of power, indeed. But not to worry, I don't think I'll be needing anything for you. Boys, and then Zarbon and Doria come in, and Goku just quickly, and they're just out cold. Meanwhile, Radz meets up with Vegeta and Nappa. What the hell are you doing? This wasn't part of the plan. But it is my plan, Raditz. You see, it's a perfect opportunity. They either kill one another, or one of them kills the other, relieving one big problem, or they both kill each other and leave us with 2 big problems. Either way, we win. Rad's just a guess. It's only been 2 weeks, but he's actually gotten to know his brother and likes his brother. His brother's a decent fellow. Not to say that's he, as a Saiyan, he really respects decency, but still. So Goku and Frieza finally just square off, and Goku powers up to his full power, and his Frieza Scout is basically, I see, and then they clash, and Goku is mildly overpowered, is mildly weaker than Frieza. He's shocked and like having actually legitimate fun for the first time in forever. Frieza, meanwhile, is getting infuriated, like, how is this Saiyan so strong? But Goku's the better fighter, so he's able to outclass Frieza ultimately. So, and they like, I see. So you really aren't just talk, aren't you? Why not join me, Saiyan? Good help is so hard to find, and I really hate to waste talent. And I could be serving a purpose under me. You could have the whole universe at your fingertips. And no, I already have everything I want. I was like, very well, but as you've so astutely pointed out, this is not even my final form. And he just shows off his powers like, now then, if I recall correctly, the last time I collected in this form, collected at 1 million. And Goku actually can feel a little bit of sweat dropping. He still got his boosted gear, but he still wants to try against his new form, Frieza, and he's quickly getting out. I knew as much. Kakarot couldn't take it in the long run. He may have somehow found a way to get stronger than us, but there's no way he would ever be as strong enough to take out Frieza. Still, one headache out of the way. Meanwhile, the Raditz is just staring. I was like, what's Kakarot doing? I know he can easily overtake Frieza if he wanted to. Then, sure enough, Goku's just finally gets blasted back. He said, "I had enough there, Saiyan. Perhaps I should just end your existence now." It's like, yeah. Well, I wanted to hold off to this as long as possible, but I can't beat you as it is now. And he just what is Saiyan tech? What is that? Or that looks like Saiyan tech, but I don't recognize. I don't know exactly what that is. Why? What is that? And Goku just, activates boosts his gear. He just does it unconsciously. And then immediately his power doubles and just comes in at Frieza again. Just boom. They're now going toe to toe easy. How did his power just double? How on earth did he do this, and they clash for 10 seconds still. Finally, Goku's power doubles again, just boom! And basically just puts Frieza down. Did you just... No? You think this is over? Just finally, Goku's power doubles again. Goes down to 4 million. Frieza realizes he has to transform beyond that. He's like, oh, cool. I was hoping you'd had some more power. Transforms into his third form. Immediately gets smacked down. Goku's up to 8 million now. Frieza finally goes into his final form. And Frieza's like, Goku's now up to 16,000. And then Frieza quickly transforms, or does his best he can to power up to 50%. At this point, Goku's power would have doubled to 32 million. I keep saying 1,000, but 32 million. And Frieza's at 50%. And so him and Goku now clash. Goku on losing him for a little bit until his power doubles again. And then comes in and just clocks Frieza. And then finally maxes out to the Frieza potential level of 120. And is overwhelming Frieza. And that now, as far as I know, when you hit your limit, you don't immediately activate the armor, from what I can tell, or what I could read. But it's something that Goku can access and kind of boosts him a little beyond that as well. And has a little extra layer of defense. Like, you think this is over, monkey? Nothing is over. Let me show you my true power. Finally powers up. And they clash, and Goku goes into his arm. What is this form? And then a dragon monkey? How quick! And then they just clash and clash. And there's boom! Shock waves. They're literally going to destroy the planet they're clashing. Frieza's so angry, he didn't even try to blow up the planet here. Just like, how did this Saiyan just so quickly outclass him? And Goku's being pushed. He's at his limit. Like, he's at his limit. So Goku, as a Saiyan, your job now is, and boosted gear user, you got to now surpass that limit. And being a Saiyan, and the way Saiyans work, obviously Goku can do that. But as Goku is kind of starting to tire out just a little bit, so is Frieza. And there's just... And Frien's like, I'm going to waste this planet, and everyone you will love into oblivion, monkey. It's like, no! And then he throws the orb at the ground. Goku takes it and just, no! Basically, it's a cooler Goku thing. It's not the same death orb that he, or death sphere they threw in from that movie. It's that black one, but we can make the argument it's still basically the same technique that just expands upon attacking, and Goku's just trying to stop it. Just, no! I'll waste you as I've wasted so many other worlds into ashes. And he basically decides to throw a death sphere on top of it as well. It's like, even Vegeta's like, he's going a little too far, don't you think? We need to get back on the ship. Excuse me, ship now, otherwise there won't be anything left of this planet. And they quickly get on the ship and they fly off, as well as some of the other Frieza forces, because like everyone's like, yeah, we need to stay away, but Raditz actually stays because he's like, you Kakarot, you can do it. Remember Kakarot. Remember everything. Remember your family, your friends, everyone. Kakarot. And Goku, in those words, hit Goku, and he just remembers. He remembers Krillin, his best friend. He remembers like Tien, Yamcha, Roshi, Krillin, Chi-Chi, Gohan. And then finally the yell happens, and the Death Orb and his other sphere come flying back into Frieza's face, like, use it! And he just gets blasted, and basically just blows up, and he's just like, his tail's gone, and he's just burnt to hell. What? And they're standing there is the Limit Breaker, I guess we'll call it Limit Breaker for right now. Limit Breaker boosted Super Saiyan Goku in the armor. Even his hair, I could see having like armor on it. Or the armor actually got blown up by his hair, so now he's just standing there with the golden hair at a whopping power level of 6 billion. So it's just because I mean that is true. That is hidden potential, but that's potential with the transformation. Boosted gear, I imagine, would work on the same principle to some degree as the ultimate potential unlocking that Gohan did. So it only really worked on his base form, kind of. That technically in and of itself is a transformation, but it's weird, that form. Anyway, guys, it's like, you're nothing but pure evil. So you can, and I can imagine, by the way, for anyone who's wondering, the dragon can talk to him. I could maybe see a scenario where Dragon Tread's like, I can offer you more, Goku. The problem is, I don't think Goku would ever take the offer because that's not who Goku is. So I don't think he'd ever like trade his body for part over dragon parts or anything like that. Anyway, he just finally just comes in, just cry, oh man, and just blasts Frieza off the planet, and even hits the ship. It almost hits the ship. And for Vegeta or actually, I could even see this. Vegeta and Nappa see that, get into some pots and get the hell out of there before the ship gets blown up too. And so Goku obliterates them. And so ultimately, Goku powers down, nearly passes out. Right, Kakarot! All of a sudden, his friends show up. Goku! Hey guys, Goku, are you okay? It's like, oh, I'm good. I was just a little tired. And so that was amazing. I was like, yeah, well, I don't even know how to explain that, what happened there. And so I think I may have an explanation. It explains the legend of the Super Saiyan to Goku. And it's like, whoa. And so the next year or two, I think it's about 2 years, 1 year, something like that, Goku spends training with the form. Raditz has now moved into Earth and has even shacked up with Bulma. I can see this being where this timeline's Trunks come from. Not a descendant of Vegeta, but a descendant of Raditz. Now, I'm not saying that the Trunks from the future that comes is the same, that Trunks, but I could see him ultimately, because he is a bit of a more intelligent Saiyan from what we've seen than some of the other Saiyans. So I could see them bonding and ultimately having Trunks down the road. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Nappa know that they were able to get rid of Cold, but they also want to get, Frieza, but there's still Cold to deal with. And so when they make sure that the word gets out that Frieza was killed on Earth, King Cold does show up, but so does Trunks, takes care of him before Goku does. And him and Goku have a conversation. And Trunks is confused about a few things. Like, isn't Goku, you're not even supposed to be here. Where's Vegeta? This is the same Trunks we have in the original timeline because of the multiverse. And Goku explains that Vegeta left, never came back. And, and he sees Raditz there. And he even sees baby Trunks. He's like, wait, is that me? I was like, why is that? Well, and he said, I shouldn't say it, but I've already been born. So, and he explains, this Trunks actually explains that I am from the future, and that, given this amount of time down the road, 3 androids are going to show up and wipe you all out. You're not even allowed to stop them. It's like, damn, I don't even get a crack at him. And so he gives them the medicine, tells them good luck, and everyone goes for the proper training. Raditz and Goku train together. Raditz, I think, over 3 years, by the 3rd year, does unlock Super Saiyan after a lot of training and growing. Goku had practices with both Super Saiyan and then trying boosted gear on Super Saiyan. The problem is where the potential for boosted gear Super Saiyan would lie is anyone's guess. Because one boosted gear, as someone has correctly pointed out, is just Super Saiyan 2. So I don't know exactly where it would land ultimately. Or if Goku tries using Super Saiyan after his boosted gear has taken effect, would it be the same thing? It's difficult to say. I would say though that the potential is still very much there. And Super Saiyan Force transformation does work differently than just say a multiplier on there. So we could definitely push it to some degree. But beyond that, everything else is kind of the same. Everyone else is pretty weak. Goku's really and Brad's at this point are really the only fighters on the planet who can do anything. Sure, the other Z fighters maybe try, but there's nothing that they can really do. Because you haven't had Chef Dynamic. Gohan's not a Z fighter in this version. Piccolo's not an ally, or at least not a very good ally. So, yeah, ultimately, so the day comes and they wait for the androids to show up, and the androids show up, and it's Jiro and 19. And so Goku and Raditz and the gang go and challenge them in the Wastelands. That is where we're going to be ending part 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you folks for the next one.